momentum in the rail subsector. We also have support from other development partners like the World Bank, the European Union, the European Investment Bank, the French Development Agency, to mention but a few. We are working with the European Union, for example, to do a study, a feasibility study of establishing the passenger services from Bujuko through Kampala up to Jinja. That study now is a feasibility study, and they're also going to do a design to see how best you can be able to introduce passenger services within Kampala, right from Bujuko through Kampala up to Jinja as phase 1. Where are our priority investment areas? To consolidate the gains and avoid system reversals, we need consistent government support. That's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. The government must be able to come in and give us support. Arising out of the concession, which was terminated in 2017, the concessionaire actually had not invested in as we had planned for him to invest in. By the time the government took over, we had a backlog maintenance of about 1.5 trillion Uganda shillings. Members, that's a very good, very high figure. So the government is coming in slowly but surely to make sure that we are able to have modern locomotives, new locomotives, modern and new wagons, and also coaches to make sure that we are able to move the cargo. Key intervention areas include repairing critical rolling stock, stabilization funding for the infrastructure. We need, if the government could give us like 10 billion per year to stabilize our fuel reserves, that will be very good for us because fuel takes the biggest cost center for our rail operations. One locomotive takes about 3,000 liters of fuel. It's so cheap. It's not a cheap investment. So government is coming in, like the way government came in to revive Uganda Airlines. That's how it is coming in to revive railways so that and transform it so that all the cargo, heavy cargo, come by rail from the ports up to here, and vice versa for the exports. Lake marine transport revival, as I told you, we have a very big facility, Lake Victoria, which is not being utilized its maximum capacity. So the government is coming in to set up the ports, modernize PortBell, Jinja, and setting up of Bukasa. The government of Tanzania, they are also modernizing Mwanza port. The government of Kenya, they are also modernizing Kisumu port, so that we have a triangular trade within the region. And that one will go a long way to reduce on the transport cost, to ensure we have transparency and also efficiency. What is the financing and revenue strategy for Uganda Railways Corporation? We have a clear roadmap and financing strategy, combining government support, as I've told you, combining donor funding, also internal revenue, and also PPP. These are some of the areas we are actually looking at. Let the government come in as is coming in, to pull us from somewhere, put us on the table. They are now holding our hand. And we are saying, government, don't give up. Keep holding our hand so that you can be able to stabilize. Currently, Uganda Railways, we have 2 locomotives. In Kenya, they have over 40 locomotives. Even Tanzania, over 40. So you can see capacity constraints, which you have as URC, but we are procuring 10 new locomotives so that we can be able to beef up our capacity, and we are also procuring 100 flat wagons also to increase the capacity. The region should be seen to be moving together in terms of investment in rail transport. So nobody is supposed to build within that area. Nobody is supposed to 30 meters outside the city and 15 meters within the towns, urban areas, 15 meters. Yeah. So nobody is allowed to put up any structure. This is because of the safety reasons I've been talking about. Accidents of trains rarely happen, but when it happens, it can swing from here up to a distance of about 40 meters. It can swing a distance of 40 meters either side. So that's why we must have a reserve of 30 meters. So if you are in a rail reserve, first of all, you are there illegally. But of recent, when we are getting funding from the development partners, they tell us that if we are to evict those people, we must be able to compensate them. Not for the land, but for the structures the developments are put there. So nobody is allowed to be in that reserve, 30 meters each side. And the Rigo police is headed by the commandant of the Rigo police. We have been evicting them regularly, and we are calling upon the people, please desist from encroaching on our land, 30 meters in rural areas either side, and 15 meters either side in urban areas. Again, let me take this opportunity to inform the people that dropping garbage on the rail line is not allowed, because that one now compromises the safety of the formation of the railway line. So that one also is not allowed. Please, if you are, I call upon the local governments, I call upon the Ministry of Local Government, the RDCs, the LC5 chairpersons, to sensitize the people about this. Nobody is supposed, first of all, to stay in the reserve. Secondly, nobody is supposed to drop garbage along the rail line. Security of our assets, yes, we have Rigo police. Rigo police is mandated to ensure safety and security of the Rigo assets, but sometimes we are thin on the ground. The government has gone ahead to deploy the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, to make sure that they protect the line